Hello students, welcome to class 9 history. Today I am going to take the first lesson, that is the French Revolution part 1. This chapter is divided into 6 parts. First, French society during the 18th century. Second, the outbreak of the revolution. Third, France as republic. Fourth, women during the revolution. Fifth, abolition of slavery. Last, number 6, revolution and everyday life. Simply to say, dear students, you have to pay attention to what happened during and after the revolution. Dear students, you have to pay more concentration on the higher block that is made on this slide. It needs more attention to understand about the names, dates, and important facts during the outbreak of the revolution. So, here we start our chapter. The chapter begins with the introduction of the French Revolution. What is a revolution? A revolution is a fundamental change brought about intentionally. The picture given in the next slide depicts the storming of the Bastille. On the morning of 14 July 1789, 7,000 men and women had come together to protest against the king or the monarch and his ways, forming the People's Militia. What is the meaning of People's Militia? It means a trained military of the common people. Even the angry crowd broke into a number of government buildings in search of arms. During this fight, the commander of the Bastille was killed. The Bastille, or the fortress prison, was hated by all because of the despotic power of the king, or one-man power of the king. This is the picture of the Bastille, so-called fortress prison. In this diagram, we can see the angry crowd getting violent and attacking the Bastille. Now we will study about the French society during the late 18th century. Before we study about the French Revolution, let's understand first the background of the revolution. In 1774, Louis XVI became the monarch or the king of France. He belonged to the Bourbon dynasty. He was crowned as a French monarch or the king. At that time, he was just 20 years old, and he got married to the Austrian princess Marie Antoinette. When Louis XVI became the king, he found that the treasury was empty. Why was it so? Why was the treasury empty? France had fought several wars, and because of these wars, there was drainage of financial resources, means the treasury was empty. The cost of maintaining the Versailles Palace was huge, so maintaining the palace was an expensive affair. The debt amounted to nearly 2 million livres, that is the French currency, during the time of King Louis XVI. And why did it happen? France helped 13 British colonies in America to gain independence from the parent country or from the mother country, Britain, and This war added 1 billion livres to the debt, and the only way to keep cash flowing is to raise the taxes. At that time, the French society was split into three parts, and only one part pays the tax. There was old regime in France, means the French society and the institutions were working according to the old setup. Here in this diagram we can see the division of the French society. The first estate, clergy, the church people. Second estate, the nobility, the royal people. And the third estate, everybody else. In other words, businessmen, peasants, artisans, and laborers. Only they are the one who pays the taxes. So, they were known as the taxpayers only. 90% of the population was built up by the peasants. Only 60% land belonged to the rich. Both privileges were restricted only to the first and second estate. This meant no taxes for this first and second estate. Taxes were imposed not just by the nobility, but even by the clergy. Tithe and tail are one way of remembering the number of direct and indirect taxes levied on articles of everyday consumption like salt or tobacco. Now we will see that how a revolution began. The population of France increased from 23 million to 28 million in the year of 1789. This shot up the demand for food grains. The owners of the workshops fixed their wages, but these wages did not work according to the rise in prices, and the other side, hail or drought, reduced the supply. All these incidents increased the frustration of the common people. Have the rich exploited this opportunity by hoarding grain and increasing food prices? So, once again, wealth and inequality increased the gap between the rich and the poor. This division is called subsistence crisis and was repeated until the Revolution. During this time, two philosophers, John Locke and Jacques Rousseau, led the middle class to the protest. In this middle class group of people, there were educated people, high-ranking officers, lawyers, tutors, and philosophers, along with the businessmen whose income generated on manufacturing, trading, silk, and cotton. They demanded the abolition of the birth privileges. At that time, Jacques Rousseau asked for a government based on a social contract between people and their representatives. There arises the three powers, that is, the legislative, the executive, and the judiciary. Ideas such were these were being discussed in coffee shops, salons, newspapers, and books. Now we will see what happened during the outbreak of the revolution. The King Louis XVI had to increase the taxes by calling the Estates General meeting. This included 300 members of the first estates, that is the clergy, 300 members of the second, that is the nobility, and 600 members of the third estate. The third estate was represented by its more prosperous and educated members, peasants, artisans, women were denied to enter the assembly. Now, the third estate demanded a change in the voting. Earlier, each estate had one vote, and the king, Louis XVI, was determined to continue the same practice. But the third estate demanded to have each member would have one vote. The king rejected this appeal or proposal, which caused the third estate to boycott in protest. On 20th June, inside an indoor tennis court, the third estate declared themselves a national assembly and swore not to go till they had drafted or changed a constitution limiting or controlling the power of the king. Meanwhile, a bad harvest, deadly rumors, and corruption brought France into a state of panic. Angry people stormed Bastille, looted hoarded grains, and burned down the documents of tax dues. All these incidents took place one after the another. Finally, the king recognized the National Assembly and surrendered his powers. Very soon, the feudal system, that is the landlord system, taxes, privileges, along with the land owned by the church was confiscated. France was 2 billion livres richer. Dear students, with this I bind up today's class. We will meet in the part 2. Thank you.